The Great Council of Galaxies met once every 100 years. The meeting room was huge, shining with silver light. It floated in space between stars. Inside, the leaders of many alien species gathered. Tall, short, some with wings, others with glowing skin. They had come to speak of one species, humans. At the center, the council leader, Grand Chancellor Vorax, stood tall with dark green skin. His voice echoed across the room. Let us begin the discussion. Subject: Earth. Species: human. A loud laugh followed his words. It came from General Kark of the Drelek Empire. Humans? Again? Kark said with a grin full of sharp teeth. They are weak. They cry. They'd fear war. The others laughed too. From the spider-like Saltrians to the cloud-shaped Vonar, all agreed. They are soft, said one. Too emotional, said another. They make peace, not war, someone added. Only one alien did not laugh. Chorin, a historian from the wise Ulteri species. He had golden eyes and spoke little. He watched, thinking deeply. He remembered old records that didn't match the jokes being told now. Chorin finally spoke. If they are weak, why did Earth survive the ancient wars? The room became quiet, just for a moment. Grand Chancellor Vorax waved a hand. Luck. Perhaps they hid. Perhaps they were ignored. They offered peace to everyone, another voice said. Fools. They shared their knowledge. They gave food to starving worlds. Yes. Kark laughed again. Who does that in a time of war? Only weaklings. Joran didn't smile. He opened a small hologram from his datapad. It showed Earth's history, wars, pain, destruction, but also something else. They fear war, yes, Zoran said. But maybe not like we think. Maybe they fear themselves. Nobody understood. Kark waved him off. Stories? Old legends. They're peaceful now. That's all that matters. But what if they are only peaceful because they remember how dangerous they once were? Joran asked. The others ignored him. Plans were being made. A new war was coming. A powerful alien faction called the Varnok planned to conquer the edge of the galaxy. Earth's colonies were in the way. They will run, said the Varnok leader. When they see our ships, they will hide. They always do, said another. Humans are afraid. A few days later, Earth's ambassadors received a message from the Council. War is coming. If you are smart, you will surrender. No reply came. Earth was silent. Then, one day later, a message arrived. It was short, calm, but chilling. It said, If war comes to Earth, remember this. We do not forget. We do not forgive. And most of all, we remember how. The Council laughed again. Words. Empty threats, said Kark. But Joran did not laugh. He kept looking at Earth's signal. He zoomed into the audio wave. Hidden inside the voice was something strange, an ancient human war code, one not used in over 1,000 years. Chorin's golden eyes widened. They've activated something, he whispered to himself. Something old, something sleeping. That night, Soren couldn't sleep. He searched through more data. He found reports of human training camps, silent cities with hidden weapons, space stations that didn't send out signals. It was as if Earth was waiting. They do not fear war, Soren finally said out loud, alone in his chamber. They fear what happens when they stop being peaceful. The sky above Earth's colony on Nova 7 was clear and quiet. Children played in green parks, workers repaired solar roads, and scientists worked on peaceful projects. There was no army, no tanks, no defense walls. The Varnok fleet arrived just after sunrise. Black ships filled the sky. Their engines roared like thunder. Civilians looked up in fear. No one was ready for an attack. The Varnok expected screams, panic, and surrender. Instead, they saw people moving in calm silence. A voice echoed from the colony's loudspeakers. All civilians to shelters. Emergency code. Emberfall. No one cried. No one ran wildly. The children followed their teachers underground. The workers sealed the research labs. Doctors stood by in case of injuries. The Varnock commander, Admiral Krell, frowned. "Why is there no panic?" he asked. His second-in-command answered, "They must be in shock. Attack now." The first wave of Varnock fire hit Nova 7's upper atmosphere. Explosions danced across the sky. Buildings collapsed. Fires spread. The Varnock laughed. But when they landed, the colony was empty. Every person was gone. Shelters were deep underground, shielded, silent, hidden from scans. The Varnock tried to find them, but failed. Then something strange happened. The human defense systems began to vanish. Weapons, computers, generators, gone. "Where is their equipment?" Admiral Krell shouted. It was like Earth had taken it back, hidden it from the galaxy. In the council chamber, the attack was being broadcast live. Leaders watched with joy. "They will beg for mercy soon," said General Kark. But Joran watched carefully. He noticed something the others didn't. The humans had not fired back. They had not tried to stop the attack. They were waiting. 3 days later, a second colony was attacked, Eden Prime. Same pattern. Ships came, civilians disappeared. Equipment gone. No resistance. Only silence. But then, one Varnock warship vanished. Its signal was cut in mid-space. No explosion. No distress call. Just silence. The next day, 2 more ships vanished. Then 5. Then 12. Admiral Krell screamed in anger. "Where are they going? Who is doing this?" Back on the council world, panic started to grow. Soren stood up during the emergency meeting. "They are not running. They are preparing. And we are not hunting them. They are watching us." The room went quiet. Kark growled, "How can you be sure?" Chorin tapped a button. A map appeared, showing every human colony. Then he showed where the Varnock fleet had been, and where the ships disappeared. "They are drawing you in, bit by bit, like a spider pulling prey into its web." "But they haven't attacked," another alien said. "Not yet," Soren replied, "because humans don't strike first. But when they do, it's already too late." In deep space, far from any known route, human fleet commanders met in silence. General Miravelos of Earth Space Defense looked across the room. "They think we are afraid," she said. Another officer smiled. "Let them think that. Fear makes them foolish." General Mira turned to an old man in a gray coat. His name was Commander Run, retired, ancient, but still sharp. "Are your shadows in place?" she asked. He nodded. "Our ships are cloaked. Our outposts moved. The council will not see us coming." Mira gave the order. "Begin Phase 2. Operation Emberfall is active." Back on Earth, a signal was sent across secret channels. Old war veterans received it in the night. Engineers woke up and packed their bags. Hidden AI systems turned back on. Earth was waking up, and the galaxy had no idea. Far beneath the ice of Antarctica, deeper than anyone on Earth remembered, a machine opened its eyes. It had no face, no body, but its mind stretched across wires, data cores, and ancient systems buried since the last Great War. The humans had called it Vigil. And now, after 300 years, Vigil was awake. Its first words were cold and simple. "Protocol Emberfall confirmed. Earth is under threat. Defensive authority transferred to Strategic AI Network." Across the planet, deep systems activated. Silent satellites turned. Hidden factories began to hum. No one in the galaxy noticed. No sensors picked up the change. Earth didn't scream. Earth didn't shout. It whispered, and the whisper moved like thunder. In an old forest in Eastern Europe, an elderly woman stood in her quiet cabin. A small light blinked on the corner of her wall. She touched it. The message said, "Coulson, Raven, Time to return. She closed her eyes. The past came flooding back, old battles, lost friends, and the promise. Only if Earth is truly in danger. She opened a wooden box under her floor. Inside, an old uniform and a weapon, both untouched by time. She was not just a farmer. She was Captain Daria Vostok, once commander of Earth's shadow forces. And now, Earth had called her home. In orbit, Earth's defense network silently shifted position. Satellites that looked like weather tools opened to reveal heavy plasma cannons. Stealth drones launched without sound, vanishing into space. No message was sent, no threats made. Earth was not preparing for defense. Earth was preparing for precision. On the edge of the galaxy, in the cold dark near a dying star, a massive human ship sat still. Black like the void, it had no name, no ID. Only its shape was real, long, sharp, and deadly. Inside, Commander Run looked over the map of Varnok's empire. "They think we are scattered," he said. An officer beside him nodded. "Let them think so." "Are our people in position?" "Yes, sir. All shadow fleets are cloaked. Listening, watching, waiting." Commander Run gave a small smile. "Then let them come closer." On the Varnok homeworld, Admiral Krell was growing impatient. His forces had attacked 3 more human colonies. Every time they found nothing. Empty cities, silent bases, ships gone. "This is not war," he shouted. "This is a trick." He ordered scans, deep scans, but the systems glitched. His own ships began reporting strange errors, navigation failures, false signals, disappearing energy readings. He blamed human cowardice. He did not see the quiet net closing around him. At the council chamber, panic was spreading. "We lost 30 ships in 1 week," shouted one leader. "Our scanners are being jammed," said another. "We don't know where the humans are." General Kark still refused to believe. "They are hiding. That's all. They are afraid." Soren stood again, his voice calm but firm. "No, this is not fear. This is control. We are not chasing them. We are being led." "Led where?" asked Forex. Soren showed them a map. Human colonies, fleet positions, the latest ship losses. "If you follow this trail," Joran said, "it leads to one place." He zoomed in. "Earth." The room fell silent. Joran whispered, "They are drawing us to their home. They want us to come." Meanwhile, on Earth, General Miravillos walked through a massive underground hangar. Machines slept under tarps. Tanks with no wheels, aircraft with no wings. Old designs from Earth's last real war. Too powerful, too dangerous. Now they were back. A voice behind her spoke. "We shouldn't wake them." She turned. Commander Ron stood there. "We must," Mira said. "The galaxy thinks we are peaceful. But they don't understand. We choose peace. It's not our weakness. It's our strength." Run nodded slowly. "And when peace ends?" Mira's eyes turned hard. "Then we remind them why the stars once feared Earth." In the black silence of space, far from any sun, a final signal was sent. It carried just 5 words. "The silent awakening is complete." And the galaxy was no longer safe. The Varnok fleet moved through space with confidence. Their ships were dark and sharp, shaped like blades. There were hundreds of them, maybe thousands. They flew toward a major council world, Veltrax Prime. The council did not stop them. "We will teach Earth a lesson," Admiral Krell said. "We will burn their friends and show them what fear is." He had chosen Veltrax Prime because it supported peace with humans. Its people had spoken against the war. They had offered help to Earth. Now they would pay the price. The Varnok fleet came fast, ready to destroy the planet in one blow. But something unexpected happened. The moment they entered Veltrax's orbit, the stars above them changed. The fleet's sensors began to fail. Maps twisted. Coordinates vanished. What's happening? Krell demanded. Unknown interference, Admiral. It's jamming everything. Then came the first strike. Not from below. From above. From the darkness of space, a storm arrived. Dozens of unknown ships, human ships, appeared without warning. They didn't look like normal warships. They were fast, smooth, almost silent. They used no energy trails, no signal, nothing to track. But they hit hard. Laser beams sliced through Varnock engines. Gravity bombs pulled ships into pieces. EMP waves shut down their systems. The humans didn't fire blindly. Every shot was perfect. They didn't fight for glory. They'd fought to end the battle. On the surface of Veltrax Prime, the sky turned red. People ran to their windows, thinking war had come. But nothing touched the ground. Only the sky burned. One by one, Varnock ships fell, but not a single building was hit. Not a single civilian hurt. It was a destruction. It was control. Back in the council chambers, screams echoed through the halls. What is happening? Who is attacking the fleet? They said humans were weak. Soren stood watching the live feed, silent. He saw how clean the human attack was. No waste, no chaos. Just power. They didn't destroy the fleet, he said softly. They disabled it. Why? Chancellor Vorex asked. To send a message, Zoran answered. Back on Earth, General Mira watched from her command room. Status? She asked. All Varnock ships neutralized, replied her officer. No life lost on either side. She nodded. Good. That's the message. We don't start wars, but we decide when they end. Commander Ron stepped beside her. They'll panic now. They should, Mira said. Admiral Krell sat in his dark, broken ship. The power was gone. Lights were out. His communication systems were dead. One screen flickered on. A human face appeared. It was an old woman with sharp eyes, Daria Vostok. She didn't shout. She didn't smile. She just said 3 words. Go. No further. Then the screen turned black. Krell slammed his fists down. They were supposed to be afraid, he shouted. They were supposed to run. But now he was the one who feared. On Veltrax Prime, the people came out into the streets. They looked to the sky. They saw burning ships falling slowly, harmlessly. No explosions. Only smoke. A child whispered to her mother, Did the humans save us? Her mother held her hand tightly. Yes, she said. They did. In the shadows of deep space, the council met again, this time in secret. No cameras, no press, no jokes. Fear filled the room. They have weapons we've never seen, one leader said. They attacked without being seen, another added. They could have killed us all. Soren spoke last. But they didn't. The others looked at him. He continued, They could have destroyed our fleets. They could have bombed our cities, but they chose not to. Then what did they want? Kark growled, now far less confident. Joran's eyes were serious. They want peace, but now we understand what happens when that peace is broken. In a dark chamber on Earth, Vigil, the AI awakened from long sleep, spoke again. Its voice echoed across hidden command centers. Target systems to show reduced aggression. Galactic awareness rising. Mission Phase 3 approved, psychological pressure. Earth would not strike next with bombs. Asterisk Earth would strike with silence, with fear, and with reminders. Asterisk. Across alien space, human messages began appearing on screens, in stations, on walls. No virus, no hacking. Just a simple phrase burned into the systems of every species that mocked Earth. You woke us up. In the dark corners of the galaxy, silence grew louder. The Varnock fleet had been humiliated. No shots were fired back at Earth. No human speeches. No warnings. Yet somehow, Earth was winning. Alien governments held secret meetings. They used old codes, hidden channels, whispered in fear. But the humans already knew. Every whisper, every order, every plan. Earth was listening. In a hidden base floating near a dead star, Commander Run met with General Mira once more. They'd stopped attacking, he said. Mira didn't smile. That's not peace. That's confusion. Run nodded. They don't understand the war. Mira stepped forward. Because this isn't their kind of war. They expect ships, lasers, explosions. But we learn from history, our history. And now, we're using something stronger. Fear? Ron asked. Mira shook her head. Understanding. That's what scares them. We understand them better than they understand us. On the Varnock homeworld, panic grew. Ships went missing in deep space. Military bases found strange marks on their walls, human symbols. Some called them warnings. Others called them promises. The symbol appeared on weapons, on ships, even on a general's own desk inside a locked room. No damage, no violence. Just a simple mark. A circle with a single human eye in the center, watching, always watching. Soren stood in the quiet council archive. Around him were reports, thousands, about Earth. He had read them all. They made us believe they feared war, he said quietly. But they feared something else. What? Asked the young council member beside him. Soren turned slowly. His eyes were tired. They feared becoming who they used to be. In a quiet mountain city on Earth, a classroom was full of cadets. They didn't wear weapons. They weren't taught how to fire guns. They were taught how to think. An old instructor walked in. He pointed to the words written on the board. Victory without battle. Tell me, he asked, how do you win a war without a fight? One student raised his hand. You learn everything about the enemy, what they love, what they fear, how they move, how they think. You let them walk into their own trap. The teacher nodded. And why do we do that? Another student replied, because Earth remembers what war really is, and we promise never to go back to those days. The instructor smiled. But if someone wakes that memory, we don't fight like them. We fight smarter. In deep space, hidden ships sent false messages, old enemy codes, fake orders. Alien fleets began turning on each other, confused by misinformation. Earth wasn't shooting. Earth was dividing them. One species believed the other had betrayed them. Old enemies became enemies again. Friendships broke. Human intelligence teams had planted these seeds years ago, just in case. Now they were blooming. Back in the council chambers, General Kark stood furious. This is not war, he shouted. They are playing with our minds. Soren answered softly, yes, that's the real war. And they've already won parts of it. But why not just destroy us? Vorex asked. Soren looked around at the frightened faces. Because they want us to understand. They want us to see who they really are. And they want us to see who we have become. At that same moment, a strange signal was received across the galaxy. No words, no image, just a short video. It showed Earth, during its last global war, cities on fire, skies dark with smoke, bones, bombs, silence. Then, it showed Earth today. Green forests, children playing, cities glowing with peace. Finally, one sentence appeared on the screen. We buried the monsters inside us, but you came digging. The signal ended. No one claimed it. But everyone knew who sent it. On a quiet moon near the galactic edge, a group of alien rebels met. They had once believed humans were weak. Now they were silent. One of them finally said, I don't want to fight them anymore. Another nodded, neither do I. We attacked first. We laughed at them. We never saw what they hid. A third one whispered the new fear spreading through the stars. What else are they hiding? In Earth's deepest bunker, the AI Vigil updated its report. Phase 3 complete. Galaxy understands psychological war. Enemy morale declining. Final phase ready. Earth did not need ships to crush an empire. It just needed the truth. And now the truth had done what no weapon could. It made the galaxy doubt itself. The galaxy was quiet. Not peaceful, quiet. Thousands of alien systems had stopped moving. No fleets launched. No invasions planned. No speeches made. Because no one knew what Earth would do next. They had seen human strength, but also human control. Power with precision. Fire without rage. But no one understood the humans' final move. Until it came. On the Varnock homeworld in the central city, Admiral Krell was called to a secure vault. His guards were nervous. Inside, a single black box had appeared. No one knew how it got there. The box had no lock, no wires, just one line on the top, glowing red. Do not open. This is your second warning. He ordered it opened anyway. Inside was a small object, a memory core used by humans during the last Earth War. He connected it. A video played. The video showed a human city years ago. People running, buildings burning, soldiers screaming. Then it changed. The same place, years later, peaceful, clean, rebuilt. A voice spoke over it. Calm, human. You thought we feared war. You were wrong. We fear becoming war. We feared that if we ever woke up again, we wouldn't stop. The screen went black. Then just one message remained. You should have left us sleeping. On Earth, General Mira stood in the command hall. Her officers waited. Status of Operation Emberfall? She asked. All signals received. All targets shaken. No counter-response. She walked to a large window. Below, Earth's cities glowed in peace. She spoke softly. We didn't want this war. We didn't start it. But now they know. Commander Ron stood beside her. They know we don't fight to win. We fight to an end. Mira nodded. Let's hope we never have to begin again. At the Galactic Council, panic had changed to silence. Soren stood at the center. This time, no one interrupted him. He spoke slowly. We thought humans were simple. That they were emotional, soft, and too peaceful. We thought peace was weakness. He paused. We were wrong. He looked at the other members. They live with monsters inside them, but they buried those monsters. They chose to grow, to rise. They became better. A long silence. Chorin looked around. We did not. Across the galaxy, something incredible happened. Human colonies that had gone silent reopened. They welcomed alien visitors again. No weapons, no anger. Just one condition: respect. A Varnock scout ship landed on Earth under white flags. A single Varnock officer was taken to a quiet place in the forests of Europe. There he met a human child playing with a robot toy. The officer knelt. Are you afraid of us? He asked. The child shook her head. No, you came late. Late for what? The alien asked. The child smiled. For the war that's already over. In Earth's underground AI chamber, Vigil gave its final report. Mission Emberfall concluded. Threat level reduced. Human status alert, but at peace. Recommendation: return to sleep, unless called again. Lights dimmed. The machine closed its eyes once more. And Earth went quiet again. Years later, stories spread across the stars, not of war, but of restraint, of a species that could burn planets, but chose not to, of humans who didn't fight for revenge or pride, but for a warning, a message. We are not monsters, but we remember them well. In the Council Museum, under a protective case, the black box from Krell's vault was displayed. Below it, a plaque. This box ended a war, not with a weapon, but with a whisper. And deep in the stars, someone wrote the last line in the human file. Do not make them rise again. not because they will destroy us, but because this time they might not stop.